Welcome back, everybody, to the Tyler Kellar Show, and welcome back to the Tyler Kellar Podcast, episode 33. Last time I did one, 3 or 4 months, probably. I got a lot of topics. I'm giving my quick preview and predictions for Extreme Rules. So should be interesting. I do the Town Nation podcast with Hayden Fox, Town Nation. If you don't check it out, go and check that out. I will talk about some topics and then more topics here on mine. First one I really want to talk about, and it's no doubt of me, it has to worry WWE. I don't care if it doesn't. Like, if they think, oh, just because we are, having a big deal, then it doesn't matter. Raw and SmackDown are struggling. Raw especially. SmackDown viewership actually went up this week, with Raw's being the worst in history. I want to say this right now. I do not watch Raw at all. I haven't watched SmackDown from this week. SmackDown I always watch. I just haven't. It's on. I'll record SmackDown. I don't record Raw, if that says anything. So that's how I feel about that. Like, I really, that was my pen. I really do not watch Raw at all. I think the last time I watched it was maybe 3 weeks ago, but I was watching more, or 2 weeks ago. Whenever the Braves and Yankees were playing on TV, that's when I watched some of Raw, but I watched more of the baseball game because I was more interested in that. Braves are more interesting than Raw, by far, for me. It's not even close, honestly. SmackDown, I like SmackDown, but they're still struggling a little bit. Not as much as Raw. Raw is more than, I don't think I gotta talk about Raw anymore, but SmackDown's still struggling. But a big report came in since they got the new deal with Fox and everything, finalized and everything. They are looking to bring in 3 to 3.5 million viewers for SmackDown. You know how hard that will be? So they've got to act like SmackDown is got to be the flagship show. They better be bringing on some A+ shows here soon. It's, I'm not even lying about that. They've got to A+ shows. I think SmackDown can do it. We've seen them in 2016. If they do the shows they've done in 2016 and translate that to, here soon, there's no doubt. There's no doubt that SmackDown can bring in 3 million, I think. 3.5, that's tough, but I think they can do 3 million. For sure. Something quick with WWE 2K19. Ronda Rousey is the second pre-order with Rey Mysterio. Kind of figured this would happen. Good for her. I can use her in my universe mode with the women. So, successful surgeries for Fandango and Goldust. Goldust actually had both, I believe both of his knees done. Fandango, I forget what it was. It might have been a knee also, or a shoulder or something, but they both have successful surgeries and everything, so I'm glad for them. Fandango's supposed to be out 6 to 9 months. I don't know. Goldust should have maybe one more run, and maybe need to call it. I don't know. Who knows what he wants to do. World Cup. I know this is a podcast mostly for wrestling. I want to broad out and do more. World Cup. We had France the other day beat Belgium. Yesterday, Croatia. Fuck it, who cares? Versus England. England stroke early, I believe in the 13th minute. Croatia, whatever, I'm just going to call him Crow, because I don't think I'm saying it right, and I really don't care to say it correctly. Sorry if there's any fans or anyone that watches this and says, "Oh, this stupid American is saying it wrong." I am saying it wrong, probably. So my apologies to that. But they scored. Was it in the 70 something minute? I don't know, in the 70s for sure. And they had to go to extra time. They scored on extra time. I could tell England was going to lose this one. I don't watch a lot of soccer, aka football for the UK people. But the way the game was going, you can tell when someone has momentum, and England did not have momentum at all. And I felt like they were going to lose. I wanted them to win, actually. I wanted them to win because, I have a lot of people from the UK and overseas that, goes for England. So I wanted them to win, but it didn't happen. So Belgium and England will be Saturday for third place. I don't know how that would go. I think England could do it, but I thought Belgium is tougher than Crow to me. But French and Crow Sunday. I think it might still be 1 o'clock. But for the championship, for the World Cup, French and Crow. Paul Heyman backstage at Raw. And not for Brock Lesnar, fools. No. He supposedly did the segments for Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. And then Bobby Lashley something backstage. I don't know. I didn't watch Raw at all. This is the amount of time I watched Raw Monday. And then he did something else. I can't remember. But I want to throw out something. Paul Heyman doing backstage stuff like that. Maybe it might turn out to be good in the long run. I hope. Tyson Kidd, TJ Wilson. He's done backstage stuff. He produced Miz, Balor, and Rollins at WrestleMania, I believe. And he produced McIntyre and Seth. It was? Or Roman. I forget what the main event was. But he produced that and it was good. I think it was Seth. I want to give a shout out to him. He has done a great job, even though he would want to be in the ring, I know, an unfortunate injury. He is doing a hell of a job doing that, and, I'm proud. I'm proud, of, I know he wants to be in the ring, but he is doing what he would want to do in the ring to the people he's producing the matches and everything in the ring. So I applaud him really, really, really for that and everything. Some more non-WWE stuff. Pac-Man Jones got into a fight at an airport. Why anyone would even start a fight with this man is unreal. I'm from Tennessee. When he played for the Titans, he used to get in trouble all the time for off-field and then even on-the-field stuff. But he was a good player. He was a good player. Knew he was a good player. He was known for the stuff, outside of the football field and, in the football field. Like I said, why anyone would want to pick a fight with him is outrageous, first of all. And I think the person actually worked at the airport. I don't know why he started a fight with him. Of course he lost his job, and he got an ass whooping too. If anyone watches the video, this man didn't even take off his backpack and still whooped his ass. First entrant in the Mae Young Classic, second year of the Mae Young Classic, is former Divas champion, and I actually enjoyed her. And look, we ain't doing no bushes around here, and trying to circle around with stuff here on the podcast. Caitlyn, the first entrant, she's got the body that everyone would want to be in the bed with easily, have sex with, no doubt. But people might have forgotten that because she's gotten this body and everything. But she was, to me, when her and AJ Lee stuff was so good. She was not bad in the ring. I don't know how she will look in the Mae Young Classic. I hope she does really good and looks good in the Mae Young Classic. But she is the first entrant. Now, the second one was Riley Ripley. She was the youngest one in the first Mae Young Classic last year. And she is the second entrant. I'll be quite honest. I did not watch the first Mae Young Classic. Because I heard the commentary and then some of the stuff was not good at all. And commentary for me, for a tournament like that, is everything. Everything. So, I just could not watch it. And it was JR that did it. With Lita. So I knew they should do Beth Phoenix and maybe Tom Phillips or Mauro Ronaldo with her, I think. Because Beth Phoenix is actually pretty good with the commentary stuff. I got here in my notes another non-WWE thing, and then there'll be one more non-WWE thing, and then we'll end, this podcast. We should have a little bit more topics. This is, a big comeback for me with the podcast. Papa John's owner, I forget what his name, he said the N-word in a press, not a press, but a conference call months ago. I forget which month, what it was. And he apologized for it earlier, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. Okay, I'm just going to say this. Only reason I brought this story in is because I watched a video on Facebook and I completely lost it. I really lost it, and it was this woman that rented out an area for like a birthday party. It was somewhat of a park area and everything. She had a Puerto Rico shirt on. And this old white guy, which, let me just tell you, these old white guys is what make white people they ruin our image of white people. Trust me. He said, "Why are you wearing that shirt? This is the United States of America." I'm like, it literally pissed me off. I'm like, are you kidding me? So you're going to this? They argued. I don't know if they argued longer than this, but the video was only 3 minutes. But I'm sure it went on for about 15, 20 minutes, knowing old white people. Old white guys, I should say. Women isn't as bad, but they're not like the old women is not far along. They literally argued about this thing because he did not like that she had a Puerto Rico shirt on. If you want to argue about someone that has a damn shirt on that's not the damn says United States or something fucking wrong. I was like, we got freedom of speech. We got all this freedom stuff supposed to be going on, with the amendments and everything. Are you kidding me? Who cares what shirt she's got on? She's from the United States. She is a resident of here. Please treat people like that. It's awful. Like, I don't want to get into this political bullshit and all this, and I really don't want to. But you hear the phone going off, home phone. I'm not answering it. You can tell by how I'm upset with how this goes on. If you argue about that, you might just need to stay in the house. You really might need to stay in the house. Like, I'm not even fucking lying. Might need to stay in the house, because that's where you deserve to be. And stay. But, that's a video I went by on Facebook, and I only use Facebook for videos most of the time. I'll do some posts, but not much. It just triggered me, and just talking about it now, it triggered me. So it's awful, man. I completely, I don't get it. I don't get it at all, and that's what's wrong with the United States. And yeah. Okay, let's go on back to wrestling for a little bit. Somewhat wrestling, yes. Bret Hart blaming Owen's wife, I think Martha, for him not being in the Hall of Fame and erasing, he said, erasing his history in professional wrestling. Because she blames WWE for the death and everything and all that. I think it's time for her to let go. Honestly. Owen did so much, man. You go back and watch even maybe a year or two before the death, man did a lot of things, and in the ring he was great. He was more than great, man. He should have been. He could have had multiple world title runs. I'm not even doubting that. He would have multiple title runs, man. I've I've watched some stuff, about, Owen. A lot of people wondering, do you still go on with the pay per view? Still go on with the pay per view and everything. And I say, yeah, you do. You're a business. They're expecting you to be on pay per view, and they've already probably bought it. So at that time, you go on with the show, first of all, and then you go on and put up a hell of a performance for the guy that just happened. Honestly. But Martha, Mark Henry said it well. Let Owen come home. Let Owen be in the Hall of Fame where he rightfully, easily belongs, man. And I really believe in that. Got 2 more topics to talk about, and then I'll get into the Extreme Rules quick preview and predictions. Brock Lesnar. Boy, does a smile come on my face when I see Brock Lesnar in UFC. I like him in WWE. I've always liked him everywhere. But Brock Lesnar UFC is so much better than any damn Brock version you've seen. UFC 226 was this past weekend? Yeah. Daniel Cormier beat Spiff. I think that's how you say it. And Brock was, ringside. Happened to be ringside. He showed up to be ringside for that match. I was like, well, damn. Whoever wins will face, Brock Lesnar, it looks like. Okay, some people think, this is staged and everything. Whoever won was going to face Brock, so yeah, that's staged. And of course, they're going to call him out. That's what they're supposed to do. Daniel Cormier called out Brock Lesnar. I was like, okay. Brock came in, got a suit and everything, looks amazing. I mean, hell, we haven't seen him in WWE for about, what was it, Greatest Royal Rumble? Is that the last time we saw him? And he was like, me? And he pushed Daniel Cormier. The funny thing is, I think Daniel Cormier's trainer actually pushed Brock. I was like, okay. And, Daniel Cormier said, push me now, sleep on me later, or something like that. So, basically telling him he gonna put him to sleep with a KO or a submission or something. So, I was like, okay. Cormier gets out of the ring. Lesnar gets the mic. And this is the first time in a while that we've seen a legit Brock Lesnar talk. Excuse my language, but I don't care. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm just going to cuss right out. He said, heavyweight division, the 2 fighters, they're both a piece of shit. I was like, okay. It's like I had to, watch it from the back and then right here. I was like, it was awful. He's like, Daniel Cormier, I'm coming for you, motherfucker. And throws the damn mic. Ooh. It felt... That's what Brock could do in the UFC. He does it in the UFC. He could do that in WWE if they were back in the ruthless aggression area at least a little bit. I know you guys are trying to cater to kids and everything. But, come on now. Come on now. Honestly. You're telling me if you didn't have some of that, not a lot of it, you have some of that, you ain't going to get the ratings up, and it's going to show more intrigue into storylines, hopefully. But Brock Lesnar, Daniel Cormier will be happening in the UFC. It was word that it will have to happen after January 8th, because that is when his suspension from the pool, the USADA pool, is gone. So I cannot wait for that. I'm a big Brock fan. Brock's always been an idol, but I cannot wait to see this fight. This is my just quick analysis of this. Both fighters are great on the ground and taking people down. Their hands, they're average, can be good. Daniel Cormier got better hands. Takedown is like the same. Daniel Cormier is good with the takedown. But people underestimate Brock's takedown because he is so big. We'll see how it goes. But it'll have to happen after January 8th. Last news in WWE before I do my preview and predictions for Extreme Rules, which is this Sunday. WWE is looking. Look at this. Wrestling fans, UK fans, hopefully they should. If they do this and it's every year, you guys should get the overseas event. They're looking to add a second yearly WrestleMania event in 2020. So you're telling me we're going to get 2 WrestleManias, one overseas and one in the States, every year, and maybe in the same month. The same month. Do you realize how long one WrestleMania is? But 2 in the same month. 2 years from now, I just, I don't know. It's too much. There doesn't need to be a second yearly WrestleMania. It's too much. It's just extra, more than extra. It's beyond extra content. So, but if they do that, who is going to stop them? I mean, we can't. I mean, we can say we don't want it, but it's still going to happen. I just think it's too much. Just too much. One WrestleMania is a lot. It goes through the kickoff show. They talk. Then the main show. It is damn 7-8 hours long for one. Double that. That is 16 hours about. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. But let's get to these Extreme Rules preview and predictions that I could give 0 fucks about, except about 3 matches, to be honest. Let's go with the kickoff match that should be on the main card, honestly. New Day versus Sandy in a tables match. I'm actually quite interested. I'll actually be watching the kickoff show for first time in a while. But Sandy's got to win. It's their debut big-time match in the pay-per-view, even though it's on the kickoff show. I don't agree with it, but I don't think it's Andre Cien almost should be on this card, honestly. And I heard his match with Sin Cara was very good, and I cannot wait to check that out, honestly. But I think Sandy wins, and they should win. But I think this could be, I think this could be a decent match. Alexa Bliss defends the Raw Women's Championship against Nia Jackson at Extreme Rules. Don't really care about for the match. But Alexa Bliss should and will retain because Alexa Rousey SummerSlam looks to be the go-to of what they're going to do. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against the B Team and Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Not much to say about this. Not much to say about most of the stuff that's happened. But I'll say this. I think Wyatt and Hardy's retaining, and Axel and Bo are going to go with Hardy and Wyatt as their Miz-Tourage, but in a creepier way, possibly. Carmella defends the SmackDown Women's Championship with James Ellsworth versus Asuka. Okay, the first time Carmella beat her, the way they did it was laid out good. Since the undefeated streak is gone, might as well, I guess she shouldn't have lost, but I believe Asuka will win the SmackDown Women's Championship here. I believe they will make Carmella get her rematch on SmackDown, and I think they're going to have like a Asuka versus maybe Becky Lynch match at SummerSlam. That could work out because Becky Lynch has been more on a roll, man. More on a roll. They're pushing her then. Bludgeon Brothers defend the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships against Daniel Bryan and Kane. Team Hell No. I cannot believe I'm saying Kane's name in 2018 in a title match. I don't care if it's tag team, cruiserweight, women's. Well, it can't be women's, but you get the point. I don't want to see him in 2018. He does nothing for me for 2018, but Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane will be your new SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. Finn Balor versus Constable Baron Corbin. Who gives a fuck? Finn Balor wins. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. Steel cage match. Kevin Owens has looked like a damn fool. Really, has looked like a damn fool. For some reason, I think Kevin Owens is somehow, since it's steel cage, is somehow going to slither his way and win this match. So I actually got Kevin Owens winning. I know people like, Braun shouldn't lose. I think somehow Kevin Owens is going to win. I don't know. It's always been a gut feeling, but I think KO will win. Jeff Hardy defends the United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura should have won the WWE Championship against Jinder Mahal back last October. But we got this. Nakamura will defeat Jeff Hardy. Just a quick thing. Since they messed up Nakamura in his WWE, supposed to be WWE Championship run, and now it's the United States, Andre Cien almost was going to be in the spot of Jeff Hardy, and I'd rather have seen that and Nakamura in the WWE Championship picture, or the champion actually. So, but almost he will get there, and I promise you, I feel like he will get there. What might be the main event, but it's definitely not the main event in my picture. Roman Reigns versus Bob Lashley. Not Bobby, Bob Lashley. Bobby Lashley, I think, will win because they're supposed to do this symphony thing for Roman. It doesn't make no sense. why they even continue to book Roman so bad is beyond me. Bad with trying to do storyline bad. Now, wrestling wise, he is one of the best they got, and you can't deny that fact. But I think Bobby Lashley's going to win. Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins. Intercontinental Championship on the line. McIntyre will be in ringside for Dolph Ziggler. If you heard me on the Tell Nation podcast and you're watching this one, I did say something about Ziggler retaining. I like Hayden's idea. He said it will be a draw, and I will go with a draw now. Thinking about it, that is a great point, and I think it's going to be a draw between Ziggler and Rollins. And that's how they're going to end it in the 30-minute Iron Man match. Main event of the evening for me should be the WWE Championship match. The champion, AJ Styles, defends against Rusev. This is Rusev's big match up to date. I don't care who he's faced, where he's faced him. This is his biggest match. If he delivers here, WWE realize they've got something big. You got Rusev Day chance and everything, but if he performs against AJ and absolutely stays with him, like I know he will, WWE they have to keep Rusev in the big title picture. Most definitely, I think. He's not going to win, folks. I want him to, but he's not going to win. I've got AJ retaining, but I certainly would love Rusev and a big shocker for him to win, become WWE champion. But there ain't no way he's winning. Wow, look at that, 37 minutes and ticking. If you enjoyed the TKP Tyler Kellar podcast coming back for episode 33, please smash that like button for me. Comment down below what you think about some of these topics I've talked about, and what is your predictions for some of the matches at Extreme Rules this Sunday. Always smash that like button, like I said, and if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that red subscribe button for me and everything. Close to 400 subscribers, slowly but surely, so yeah. But I will see you guys next time here on the Tyler Kellar Show. See you guys.